We are live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Pushing the Line Sports. We are finally here, just about 30 minutes late. Uh, we were running into some technical difficulties. Um, I thought it was Mike's fault, but turns out that it was my fault. If you could have saw the aggravation in my face and his face, you would understand what we were going through. But we here now. We here now. Actually, the aggravation to come out later in the show when we touch on a certain subject. But I think we got a pretty good show lined up for you today.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. I'm excited about today's show.
Man, all right, so let's start this off by let's talk about Justin Blackmon. Um, I know speaking with you earlier this week, you didn't know a lot about Justin Blackmon, but this past week he got arrested, and when you looked at his mugshot, he did not look like a former wide receiver in the NFL.
I mean,
Now,
he look wide. He just don't look
uh,
like a receiver.
well, from my personal, hey man, you was evil for that comment, but anyway, I'll tell you, man. If you know an alcoholic in your life, they either really skinny because they drink and don't eat, or they swole because the alcohol don't swell them up. Now,
Hmm.
in the past month or so, month and a half, I've lost some weight. And I know part of my weight loss is cutting out alcohol. Because whenever I drink alcohol, my face looks puffy. Um, and whenever I stop drinking, I immediately drop weight. Now, the thing about Justin Blackman, he was that dude in college. If you didn't watch him in college, you might not understand. But in college, you knew he was going to be something special in the NFL. He let's see, let's look. He
Oh, I
redshirted
got
it.
it.
Oh,
I
you
got
do,
it.
yeah,
I got his college career. Now that's what I
yeah.
do know.
Okay,
If you just for background of what I know, you can argue him or Dez Bryant as the greatest Oklahoma State wide receiver. Uh, he was the first wide receiver to ever get Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. He was a two-time Fred Biletnikoff Award winner. He was a two-time unanimous All-American. He also holds the NCAA record for the most consecutive games catching for 100 yards in games. This dude went a whole season and he never caught under 5 catches. He never went under 100 yards and a touchdown. That was his minimum. His worst game, I believe he had 6 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown, and that was his last game, I believe, against Texas in 2010. This dude was a beast. He didn't get drafted number 7 overall for nothing.
he got. I thought he got drafted number. He got drafted number five.
Number 5, okay.
He got drafted number five by Jacksonville, and I just knew he was gonna be that dude in the pros. But off-field problems derailed his career, and
Yep.
they didn't just start in the NFL. If you look back, 2010, while he was in college, he got arrested for DUI in Texas. Um, charged later with it was reduced to underage alcohol possession. 2012, he got arrested for DUI in Oklahoma. Um, 2013, suspended 4 games for violating NFL substance abuse policy. 2014, arrested for marijuana possession in Oklahoma. 2015, arrested for DUI in Oklahoma. Now, my question is, where's his support system?
That's my thing. Like when I see people going through this, Delonte West, same way. Um, I guess when they run out of money, they run out of friends. I guess I don't know.
That's
Josh
possible.
Gordon is another one.
Yeah,
I
all the
don't.
talent in the world.
Josh Gordon was. You could argue he was best wide receiver at one point. He just couldn't stop smoking.
And he might actually last in the league now because they're getting a little more relaxed on the marijuana testing and stuff. Or
Hmm.
the NBA they are. I don't know how relaxed they are in the NFL right now. But I hate to see people this talented that go through things and you can obviously tell there's a pattern there. You can tell something's wrong. Somebody needs to be there to talk to him. I guess talk him off the ledge because he's repeating the same mistakes.
Yep.
And at this point, I guess all you can do is pray for him and hope things get better.
And the thing about it, last year he went into the College Football Hall of Fame
Yeah, he's getting inducted. I think he's getting inducted in November.
at the start of this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's supposed to go into the Oklahoma State's football ring of honor November 15th this year. Hopefully, he can get out of this trouble, get himself cleaned up. We'll keep him in our prayers, and we'll move on to the next troublesome subject.
Yeah.
Club Shay Shay.
A lot of people couldn't wait for us to touch on this. Uh, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go.
Well, let me start by saying that anybody that knows me personally knows that I try to look at things from both sides of the fence, multiple perspectives. I don't use race baiting in most of my conversations because I have a mixed background. I have white and black background in my family. I try to avoid those conversations. But right now, he's guilty until proven innocent. In the eyes of the media, in the eyes of the naysayers, in the eyes of a lot of people, he is guilty until proven innocent. And that's unfair because you got people of a different uh a different color. You know what color that is.
Hmm.
That when stuff like this happens, you hear people say, "Well, let's wait till the facts come out. Let it go through the court process." He don't get afforded this same opportunity, and a lot of that is because of his skin color. I'm going to go ahead and say it. They already
You
got him
preaching?
guilty.
You
They got
preaching?
him. They got him guilty right now.
A lot of this is self-inflicted.
A whole lot of it is.
To be 50, what is he? 54, 52, somewhere in there,
Yep.
and to be having this kind of volatile relationship with a girl that started when she was 19 makes you look a little. First of all, it makes you look a little sick. First of all, um, I don't like to talk about people's sex life, whatever fetishes you have, foot fetish, picture fetish, whatever it is. We all grown once you get to that age, but once you get publicized, people are going to judge you. We can sit here and say only God can judge me. People are going to judge you based off what they see, what they hear, and what they want to know, what they want to hear, and how they want to feel. That's just how we are right now. You are a prominent figure. You are Shannon Sharpe is really like one of my favorite people to watch. I love his Nightcap podcast. I like how him and Stephen A. Smith, when they doing their little banter on First Take, I love that. It's actually funny. The Lakers in five thing is hilarious. Um, I always thought he was a good dude, but once even if this is a shakedown, they gonna shake you all the way down because now you got previous reports coming out about you doing choking some woman at Fox Sports, and you settled that, and you thought it would never come out. So now that's out. So now you got this shit going on. They got you. She recorded you, and she sent you a text message saying that no means no. You done it anyway, and also you offered her $10 million not to say nothing and stay quiet. It's not looking good for you.
It ain't looking good at all. Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and I wish I could be in a financial situation where I could offer somebody some money like that, but I wouldn't put myself in a situation where I would have to. When you got money like that, and excuse my language, you got to learn dick control.
Got to.
I mean, you look at the situation with Diddy. He a freak. His freakiness done got him in a whole lot of shit that he can't get out of.
Yep.
Uh, you being a Hall of Fame athlete with the platform speaking to millions of people and expect people to look up to you, you cannot put yourself in situations where you can tarnish that because you're going to be a target of people out here trying to get that money.
That's facts. That's just facts, man. And he had to step away from ESPN. I don't know if that was his doing or they told him to step away, but
It-
he
It's
was the
probably
first to say it.
it's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
They're probably going to afford him the opportunity to come back if everything gets cleared up. But I don't know if you're gonna clear this up, bro.
I don't either. And people got to remember when we talk about this, you got to understand who owns ESPN. It's Disney.
Yeah,
Disney got an image. I think when people, and not to go back and harp on this, but when Stephen A. and LeBron had they run in on the sideline, and everybody wants to be this. They hold everybody to this certain standard of what they would do, although they wouldn't have done nothing. That's what they say they would have done. Um, Everybody wanted Stephen A. Smith to act a certain way. Stephen A. Smith had just signed a 5-year, $100 million contract to keep his ass at first taking on ESPN. So you got to learn how to act. And in saying that, whether you want to call this a shakedown or not, Shannon Sharpe was about to sign $100 million contract as well. I don't know if he's still gonna get that contract because it ain't been finalized. But he was
nope.
about to get that same $100 million contract, and you ain't heard nothing else about that contract. So he may have just screwed himself out of $100 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. And you spoke on the age difference, and I get that. These older men with money, they want to date younger women and stuff. That's your prerogative. They want to say she's of age and this and that. But
Mm-hmm.
wise man once told me that once you get a certain age, you shouldn't date. To do the math on a girl's age of what you should date, half your age plus 7. Now, for a while, I felt, yeah, I'm cool with that. Half my age plus 7. But I'm 48 now. Half my age plus 7, that
31.
that's 31. Look, my daughter is 30 years old. I'd be damned if we gonna be sitting at the family reunion and y'all gonna be talking about shit y'all were doing in high school. Nah, bro,
Yeah.
I can't get down with that.
If I had to redate, or if I had to, you know, anything to where I had to be in another serious relationship, she has to be old enough to where she could be my daughter's mother. My
Yes,
daughter's finna be 18 in exactly a month, May 24th. She'll be 18. She's graduating high school. I'm 41, bro. What I look like fucking around with a 19-year-old girl? She may know my daughter. They may
man.
be friends. That's it's certain things, man, you can't do. He's had people on his show from Cat Williams, from Monique to they was talking to him, but they was talking through him, trying to get him to understand what he was doing. So clearly they knew because the message had came. He didn't want to hear it. So I don't know if y'all watching Nightcap, but he said to people that want him to date his age, he would rather date his wage. Okay, big dog, this is what that's gonna cost you. You just cost yourself $100 million.
You about to be broke fresh out of high school.
Yeah,
Fresh
you
out of
would
high
think
school,
that
broke. That's gonna be your wage.
that's gonna be your wage. You're gonna be you're gonna go from Shannon Sharpe, this great public figure that we was all rooting for. Oh, that's Unc. We all love Unc. He funny. Him and Dion, they got this significant special relationship, and we was rooting for him this whole time. The Skip Bayless shit. We seen how Skip Bayless was for lack of a better word, he was being disrespectful. It was almost like he had some kind of envious notions towards Shannon on the show.
Yeah.
And we was rooting for you. You come to ESPN and you just done lost your sexual mind. So
And this one,
I wonder how Michelle feel about
that's my Michelle. So that I mean that can go into another conversation also for the simple fact of you'll understand where I'm coming from in just a second. But you can like the conversation that a person holds, you can like the content they put out, but then you look over here and you realize the things that they doing behind the scenes that don't fit what they're saying and don't fit your morals, but you're not gonna stop listening.
hmm
R. Kelly.
I listen to him faithfully.
R. Kelly. Love his music. Love everything he ever put out. But I don't agree with everything that he did behind the scenes.
Mm-mm. Peeing on somebody is nuts. I mean, literally nuts. And the crazy part about it, man, and we can move on because he got to deal with this. Um, when the Instagram live came out, that wasn't long ago.
It wasn't.
So he was fucking around with Michelle at the same time while he was over here doing this with this young girl because they've been messing around for over 2 years. So hey man, do what you do, dog, but just know it just cost you $100 million, champ.
Hey, and I'm gonna give my opinion on that Michelle situation when that tape came out. And before I give that opinion, I'm gonna let you know. I thought, well, actually, I'm gonna give you the opinion first. I thought he was putting that out to cover up the fact that people were thinking he was gay.
Yep.
Now I tell you, I don't care if you're gay. That's your prerogative. I'm comfortable around gay people. I've got gay
hmm
people in my family. I got gay people I hang around all the time. And I have no problem with what you do. Don't bring it to me. So don't think that I'm trying to gay bash or anything like that because I'm not. But I thought that that was a cover up for the situation he had going on, where he stepped out of the vehicle in his little green outfit with his little yellow man, orange man purse. People started calling him gay at that time,
hmm
called him suspect, and I thought that video came out to be somewhat of
Try
a
to
cover up for
dispel
that.
that narrative.
Yeah,
Yep.
trying to
hmm
yeah, that's the words I'm looking for. But do what you do, but be responsible, man. Golly,
I ain't never gonna let nothing cost me $100 million.
$100 million. I ain't gonna let that cost me 100. Times are hard out here, player.
Hey, it can be 10. Hell, I might not even fuck around and do it then. I'm
Hey,
with you. I'm
hey, man.
1000% with you. But 100 million, you crazy as hell.
Hey, you get to a point in life where you gotta think about the consequences of your actions before you act.
The thing about Shannon Sharpe, man, when you listen to him, and I promise we can move on, he talks so highly of his brother and his sister and how he wants to do everything right because of how his grandmother and his granddad raised him. And he wants to put himself in positions to succeed so they never have to worry about nothing. Bro, this ain't
Hey, like I
it.
said, hey, we like the conversation. We don't like what's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's somebody else that been messaging young girls. I ain't gonna say his name, but they're NBA Hall of Famer. Also, so let's just move to the NBA discussion right now. I ain't gonna mention Shaq's name. Um,
That dude, man. These dudes don't want to get old.
hey man, hey, you gotta let it go sometime. I'm enjoying my unk status.
I love
Hey,
my
you know
uncle
what? Speaking of unk status, OG status, certified old head status. This has nothing to do with sports. Too Short just came out with a new album, and when I tell you that motherfucker slaps,
I heard it was good.
hey, bruh, hey, he kept his old feel, and incorporated some new age stuff into it.
Hmm.
But when I tell you, if I had a box Chevy right now, I pull that motherfucker out and ride through Haley Park tomorrow, slapping that shit.
It's crazy, man. Too Short, LL Cool J, Will Smith. It's score one for the OGs out here, man.
40+ years in the game.
Score one for the OGs.
Woo! But anyway, let's get to this NBA. We got the playoffs going on right now.
Hmm.
Um, we'll start with this Cleveland Cavaliers versus Miami Heat series. Um, as of this morning, I know as a matter of fact, there is a game on right now, I believe.
Should
Uh,
be this one.
yeah, the Heat and Cavaliers. Cavaliers are up 54-35. Um,
What?
that yeah, 54-35.
Darius
This
Garland is out today.
this series is already 2-0.
Series is done.
Done, baked, cooked, whatever words you want to use for this. It's
Yeah,
over. Because
so
I mean they've already dominated the series. Uh, they've got Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley leading the charge. Evan Mobley just got. Did you see that money he got for being Defensive Player of the Year?
I seen he got a hell of a raise. I forgot what it was. Was it
Well,
like 40, 20?
45 million dollars
Yeah.
because he won Defensive Player of the Year. Now I'm gonna say this: he needs to thank his agent for putting that incentive into his contract,
Hmm.
and he needs to thank the Lord for women being out.
That's what he needs to think right there. That's what he needs to think because he wasn't gonna win it.
Now women would have got that, but congratulations to Mobley on getting that. Great job, and I hope you spend that. I'm not saying spend the 45 mil. I hope you invest it wisely.
I'm sure he
Invest.
got a contract coming up. I think ain't
Uh,
he still on his rookie contract?
no,
He
no, no.
young.
No. He signed an extension either last year or the year before.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah,
know he signed an extension.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I think him and Donovan Mitchell signed the extension same year. Yeah, they locked them boys up. But yeah,
Cleveland is a. I don't think people. When you hear crazy basketball stuff, like I've been telling people the Pistons was gonna be good this year, and just because they the Pistons and they have been in obscurity for so long, you like, man, they ain't finna do nothing. You see Cleveland, the number one seed in the East, and you tell people, yeah, Boston is high and mighty overall. They the defending champs. Cleveland can beat Boston in the series. I'm not saying that they can, but if you watch them play in the regular season, I think Cleveland don't have no weakness on their starting five, and they bench is confident to come in and continue what those starters are doing. So, matter of fact, I'll say this: I think Cleveland may be the only team in the NBA. I'm trying to think. Maybe Boston. Yeah, Boston and Cleveland are the only teams in the NBA where their entire five has been All Stars.
so the situation with Cleveland is the same situation with Detroit, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what the difference from last year and this year is. I mean, you had Cleveland go to the playoffs last year, but they fired their coach. The
Hmm.
Pistons, the Pistons was horrible last year. They fired their coach. They put a coach in that took advantage of what he had and worked it together. Because Cleveland, you had them talking about Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland do not
Couldn't get
complement
along.
each other. They
Hmm.
don't get along. They're gonna break it up in the off season. But instead of breaking it up, they fired their coach, who that coach went to Detroit, and his system is working better there for him than maybe it worked for him at Cleveland. But Cleveland has used Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell in the right way this year, and they're playing a lot better. It's all about coaching the system sometimes.
That's it. And then too, the players have to buy in. It
Yeah.
was it was cool that Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland in the offseason sat down and had whatever discussion they had to have to make sure that this work towards winning the championship. That's big too. Those conversations sometimes they have to be had. And it ain't even it may not be nothing malicious or no hatred or nothing. It could just be two different styles playing two different ways, and you got to figure out a way for it to work.
Yeah. As a coach, you have to adapt also. You want your players to adapt, but as a coach, you have to adapt and change too.
Yeah, most definitely.
You brought up Boston. Boston number 2 seed versus Orlando. The series is 2-1. Um,
Hmm.
Boston's been dealing with some injuries.
Both of these teams is banged up. That's
Hmm.
but Boston can overcome theirs because they people that's banged up still playing. Jalen Suggs ain't playing.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
the
plus
other Walker brother not playing. Go ahead.
Boston's been deep on their beach their bench this year. They've been getting like Hauser, Pritchett.
Richard.
They've been getting their bench involved early in the year.
Hmm.
So when it comes to situations like this, they're not missing a beat.
I ain't missing nothing. And if Brown is out or Tatum is out, you still got Derek White, still got Porzingis, still got Drew Holiday. They ain't missing nothing. They good.
Nothing. Then you got Franz Wagner. If he ever have a line of under 28.5 points and it's good money, take it if you betting.
He's good, man. I wish they was healthy.
Yeah.
Orlando is a good team. They really are. I don't know if y'all remember they was either the 4 or the 5 last year, and they gonna get there. They just gotta stay healthy, man. They always banged up.
They do. Jamal Mosley, he's a good coach. When they
Hmm.
hired him, I questioned the hire, but he's shown why they went ahead and hired him. He has them guys playing good defense,
Yeah.
and that
Oh,
and
by the way,
that's their staple. Uh-oh.
this is water. I ain't sneaking no Patron into the podcast today.
You should. That Pat
No,
Ron, my
I don't
homeboy
want.
D boy, he called it that Pat Ron.
Yeah, I understand why too. D boy, that's all you had to say.
All right, so yeah, Boston's gonna pull this out. I don't know that with the Orlando Magic being banged up if they'll grab another game or not, but if Boston is healthy, this is completely over.
Yeah, it's over.
Then you got the Knicks and Detroit Pistons. This is one of those where I said that the underdog could pull it out, and I still believe there's a possibility. The series is 2-1 in the Knicks' favor right now. Um, I feel like the starters for the Knicks have been overplayed this year, playing a whole
Oh
lot of
yeah.
minutes.
Hmm.
I don't know if they're wore out, but you caught Detroit at a bad time.
Detroit, if they had a closer other than Cade Cunningham, they'd be up 3-0. That's it. That's Jalen Duran. He doesn't really have a post game. Malik Beasley, he's happy. Schroeder is happy. Hardaway Jr., you know how he's up and down. We talking about people that's streaky. They need a consistent, maybe like a forward or a big guy that can help Cade and be consistent and get them some points.
I mean, it don't even have to be a big guy. It could be Jay Navy. Jay Navy's
Is
hurt.
he out? Yeah, I
He's
was
been
finna say.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
been
he's
out. I
hurt.
think he's done for the season.
Yeah,
But when he's on, that could have been the other guy.
and they have a good team, man. They
They
have a
do.
good team. The rookie Ron Holland, he's good. Duran, Isaiah Stewart, he's been out too, so that's
Okay.
been kind of hurting them too.
So we spoke on a previous show where I said that Ja Morant is the first player I've seen in a long time take on the identity of his city,
Hmm.
the way he has. Because he asked Memphis, he's straight Memphis. But since the Detroit Bad Boys, now with Stewart, Duran, and Holland, you got Bad Boys 2.0 coming along.
Hey, taking on that role. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They kind of built like the 2003, 2004 Pistons with they call them Wallace brothers. Rasheed
Yeah.
Ben Wallace wasn't
Receive.
brothers,
Yeah.
but Billups and Hamilton and Prince. That was a hell of a team, man.
Yeah. They playing like Detroit. They tough and gritty.
Hmm.
So sometimes a team needs to take on that identity to be better, and especially in this soft NBA era, you need a tough team. And if they keep that mentality going into next year, and they add one or two more pieces,
Oh, they
you
only
better
gonna
watch.
get better.
You better watch out.
Oh yeah. Oh, Kay Cunningham, he here now.
Oh yeah, yeah. And he got that contract where he ain't going nowhere.
No, he ain't going nowhere.
I still think Detroit has a chance to pull this one out. This is probably going to be one of the better series for the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So keep an eye on this one for sure. That's crazy. We didn't even really talk about New York in this whole conversation.
Shit, I'm tired just like they are. I mean, that's really the bottom line for New
Yeah,
York, man. Teams just run them into the ground. They
yeah,
tired.
they are. You got the Indiana Pacers and Milwaukee Bucks. Pacers are up 2-1. Um, but again, you got to look at the lower seed. If they clicking on all cylinders and healthy, they can still pull this out.
They can. I think Indiana just got. I think Indiana just got the better team.
Yeah.
Giannis doing everything he can. Dame is coming back from that blood clot. That blood clot. He just don't look like Dame. He's not shooting good. Uh, shit. Gary Trent Jr. If he don't score last night, they not. I don't. I don't know, man. Uh, you wonder what a healthy Chris Middleton would look like on this team. And it's funny because y'all don't know this. He got into an argument last night. Shit, something was trying to tell him that Chris Middleton was still on the bus. So
I,
that's why I brought that up today.
so I was doing some research with AI. I use AI for a lot of research, especially a custom AI that I've been working on building. Uh, that that pulls data from lot of different places and give me the answers I need. This AI just went through an update and tried to tell me Chris Middleton was still playing for the Bucks. And then after I said no, Chris Middleton does not play for the Bucks, it replies to me, oh yes, he does. I had to ask the AI, do you want to argue with me or do you want to check the facts? And the AI had to apologize to me when it was said and done.
He happy about that.
Hey, it just so happens Mike had called me. Mike called me in the middle of my argument with this AI, and he caught the brunt of it. I thought me and Mike was arguing for a second.
We will. We are. We always do about something.
Oh yeah, but anyway, it ended up correcting itself, and I did fix that problem with the AI, and it's improving. We'll say that. But yeah, Chris Middleton got traded for Kyle Kuzma, and Kyle Kuzma, hell, he's up and down right now. You don't know what you're gonna
He
get
need
with
to
him.
come practice on my goal back here.
Hey,
I'm gonna say
I'm
this though. Milwaukee better be real careful with what they doing. Giannis, he already done let y'all know now. He ain't about this losing shit. He if he asks for a trade, I'm just throwing that out there.
if he asks for a trade, granted, because time is running short in Milwaukee.
Very
He
short.
he got a taste of that championship that they got, and he wants more.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't get it, he will get the hell up out of there. And part of the problem might be old Doc Rivers. It might be time for him to retire.
Yeah, I've tried my best to try to take up for Doc Rivers, man, and let's just move on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Let's just
yeah, yeah.
Doc go on back to being NBA return to NBC next season, man. Cause just go on back, man. It's over.
So let's move to the Western Conference. This first series we're going to talk about is over.
Yeah, hell, Job Moran is out tomorrow. This
Hey,
is over. We can go ahead.
Oklahoma City Thunder. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Y'all see it? Don't play. I live in Tennessee, and yeah, I root for the home team, Memphis, sometimes, but that's my team right there.
Well, you might as
Oh,
well root for Memphis then.
root for Memphis?
Yeah, if you're gonna
I,
root for the home team,
I root for Memphis when they're not playing for Oklahoma. Oklahoma's my team.
this game is over.
Done.
It's over. If you up 29 and you lose your best player, and you can't keep a 29-point lead in one half, not a game, one half, it's over.
Look, Jaron Jackson, where you at?
He's playing. He's playing decent. The
Des,
problem is
Desmond Bain, where you at?
he's not shooting well. That's one of the problems. Two, Zach Edey looks completely out of place on this team. And
Okay,
when he was at Purdue, he was able to overpower people. I think what happened, Golden State put out the perfect game plan for Zach Edey. As soon as he gets the ball, you crowd him, you make it mucky for him to where he have to throw the ball out. He can't do nothing. He get rebounds. He may get 8 to 10 points. You take him out the game.
so here's the thing with Edie. When he was at Purdue and he got the ball down low, and you did that, you got the foul call. They're not calling the foul because these boys are stripping you and they're going for the ball. They're not hacking you.
Mm-mm.
And if you really want to get him out of rhythm, go small ball. He's not fast getting down the court.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they do. And he they trying to keep him in to try to outbig the other team. But this OKC team, they getting out and they running.
They are. And to be honest, I thought that the coaching change that they had in Memphis, I thought it was a good one after it happened because of the way they started playing and they changed their offense up a little bit.
Mm.
They started playing a little bit better together, but they are no match for OKC.
No, this series it was over before it started. They lost their first game by 51, and at one point they was down 58. So no, this series is over. Like I said, Ja, he's out tomorrow. Let's go ahead and get this. This is over.
Yeah, hold on. The only Tennessee I root for, Memphis. Well,
Memphis,
no.
that's old Abe over there.
Okay, okay. Um, Houston Rockets versus Golden State Warriors, the young up and coming team that didn't want to let any of their core pieces go before the trade deadline because they were happy where they are, against
Hmm.
the aging Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. Before I get into this, I got to give a shout out to Abe too. For y'all that don't know, Abe is battling cancer right now, but he's still tuning in, kicking that cancer's ass, and he gonna be good. So if he beat it, I have to eat some of his guacamole. So
Guacamole.
yeah, I don't like guacamole, and he maligns me for not liking guacamole. So he's been verbally assaulting me to eat guacamole. So hey, I got you.
Now I tell you, if it's fresh homemade guacamole, I fuck with it.
He makes guacamole.
I'm gonna find out.
I hate
Hey,
it.
hey, bring it to the cookout.
Yeah, Tia eat it. There you go. I'm proud of you, Brick Dog. I love you, man. Keep fighting. You got it. It's already said and done. But this Houston and Golden State series, it's gonna go seven. They
I
play
got
tonight, right?
uh
I'm almost sure that they have to.
yeah, they are. Their last game is 7:30,
Yeah.
and
Is
they at Golden State.
Jimmy Butler playing today?
I
I
haven't
know
I
he's
haven't looked
questionable.
I haven't looked at it yet. You know what? I got it up right here. They have him listed as game time decision. Him and GP2.
Jimmy Butler, he tough, man. He tough. I think he's supposed to be a football player. He gonna try to play tonight. Questionable means probable for him. I know he gonna try to play. He
Ain't
want it
ain't
too bad.
ain't that Jordan's other son?
Him and Anthony Edwards, Jordan
Yeah.
was out here doing what Shannon Sharpe doing.
Hey, boy.
Jordan
Hey,
was out here on some Shannon Sharpe shit too,
Jordan thought he
man.
was Will Chamberlain.
He did. I already knew it. That's
Uh,
why Juanita left him. He ain't
Now,
slick.
now, when they first started making the accusations about Jimmy Butler, I kind of saw it But when they made the accusations about Anthony Edwards, you almost can't deny that shit.
No, yeah, hell
The
no.
the similarities in looks are way too comparable.
If Anthony Edwards was bald headed, he looked just like him.
Yep. But yeah, if Jimmy comes back, it'll be a real good game tonight. But you got Brandon Podzinski. He's been playing very well for them.
Hmm.
Draymond, he's got to watch his attitude before he get them texts.
They are. I really think Coach Ime Udoka is telling Houston to mess with it.
Probably is.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I don't really see Draymond get rattled. I don't think he understood how good Sengun was. I don't think the basketball public know how good Alperen Sengun is from Houston. They compare him to Jokic. He's a poor man's Jokic.
Yes.
So that alone should tell you, man, this dude got some game. And if they get Jalen Green to play how he played, I believe that was Wednesday. I don't know Golden State because he was
The
out shooting Steph Curry on Wednesday.
the player that needs to step up for them that has not been doing what I feel like he should do is Jabari Smith Jr.
Yeah, yeah, you're right about that. Because Dylan
Uh,
Brooks been playing well.
yep.
I'm gonna give you Van Vliet need to play better for me.
You're right. I agree with that.
Because when they got Van Vliet, he was supposed to be the guy. They paid him
Supposed,
to come in there,
yeah.
and he was supposed to be the guy.
He was supposed to be the vet in the locker room to lead the young core.
Hmm.
And lately he just hadn't been doing it. They got a good young core. I wonder if Van Fleet might be out next year because you got Reed Shepard in the G League tearing it up.
Yeah,
So if
I don't
they,
think he's gonna be there.
yeah, yeah, especially if they exit first round.
I tell you what, I think Steph has a 30-point game today at home. You know that Warriors crowd is amazing. You know once he hit one and he at home and that crowd get going, they may go on a quick little run. If he get hot and he shoot one and he look away, you might as well get ready for game four.
Yep, yep. When that mouthpiece start hanging out of his mouth, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
All right, man. Your Lakers against Jordan's kid. Um, Anthony, Anthony Oh,
I
Minnesota
was watching
Timberwolves.
this game. I was telling people before this series started. You know, we was talking about Shannon Sharpe earlier, talking about the Lakers in five. This is not a normal six seed. You got to think two through what eight, nine in the West. They was damn near pretty much all the same.
Yeah.
So this six seed is equivalent to this three seed. And Minnesota is tall, they long, they athletic, and that is a huge problem for the Lakers.
Now, didn't they? Minnesota went to the conference championship last year, right?
They went to the conference finals. This team right here
Pretty much
went to the
same team.
conference finals. Yeah, they
The
had
only
some
thing changed was,
injuries. They lost Cat, but they got Julius Randle and
yep,
Dante DiVincenzo.
yep,
And Julius Randle is starting the ball.
yeah.
He's becoming that second option for Ant Man.
Now,
Not only go ahead.
when we did the first show talking about the playoffs coming up, I said
Hmm.
Julius Randle is gonna have to play for them to do anything, and I'm glad he actually stepping up.
He's hooping. But in the two games that the Timberwolves have won, in game one, it was Nas Reed. I think he had like 28 points. Game three, it was Jaden McDaniels. He had 30 points. So Luca, LeBron, and Austin Reeves, all three are going to have to play good for them to win. Luca only had 17 points last night.
Yeah. Lucas, supposedly Lucas been battling an illness and was throwing up
Hmm.
all day yesterday, but he still played.
Still played.
I
Luca
think
got
he
to
was
stop all that goddamn complaining. I understand, Luca. Yes, you get fouled a lot. During your whole career, bro, you every damn time you come down the court, you're not going to get that foul call, bro. You gotta Come on, man.
Get back on defense.
Gotta get back on defense, big dog.
Okay, you didn't get the call. Let your coach argue with the refs. Get back on defense and play ball.
Yes.
You're acting like your teammate now.
You ain't gonna get everyone. I get it. And more, and because you are a superstar, you probably get more than you should get. So it's a balance, man. Just get back on defense.
I'm gonna tell the truth. He probably had alcohol poisoning yesterday.
If he did, it would make Nico the happiest person on earth.
It would.
I
It
tell you
would.
that.
Speaking of Nico, um, I didn't know Luca meant so much to the fans in Dallas.
Y'all, I'm sure y'all have seen the Fresh Prince when Uncle Phil throw Jazzy Jeff out the front door. That's
Yeah.
what they should have did in that interview when he said that.
Yeah. How are you as GM not in tune with the people in your city, the people who pay your bills? How can you not know?
Yep.
That's complete oblivion.
And the truth is coming out now that it was his idea to trade Luca.
Yeah.
Ownership just signed off on it because he sold them that vision. But it was his idea to trade Luca.
Yeah. You call me and say, hey man, I got Luca for trade. What you want to give me? Shit, what the fuck you want?
And didn't really get nothing back.
I mean,
You
I
could have
understand.
got Austin Reeves too.
I mean, I can understand his argument that Anthony Davis playing the four, playing defense, anchoring your defense will make your team a good fit for the playoffs. But at the same time, ain't no way I'm giving up shit for Luca. I ain't
You
giving.
would have said the one thing you couldn't say is I wanted to get some people to where I could fight for a championship, and you just lost in the championship. Now, if you was losing in the first and second round, okay, Luca just took your ass to the NBA Finals, and because they know Luca was all you pretty much had, him and Kyrie, they just put their best defenders on Luca. They crowded him and took everybody away.
Yep.
So I hope it worked out for you, but you traded away Jalen Brunson, you traded away Luca Doncic. You on the clock. You're gonna have
Yeah.
to figure something out.
He was trying to watch them finances. He need to watch his ass now because Luca was the team.
Luca was the team.
Yep. But who you feel you still feel like the Lakers gonna pull this one out?
No.
You know what?
I don't.
I'm glad you answered it that way. That makes me know that it's gonna still be a pretty decent series. But you got to realize Luca and LeBron are still learning to play with each other. They are very similar players, and this just might not be the year for them.
Mm-mm. They don't have it. They don't have enough. This was a bad. I would have rather them play Golden State, Houston, somebody like that. This is an awful. The Timberwolves is an awful matchup for anybody.
Yeah,
And this next team we finna talk about, they're awful matchup for anybody too.
the Nuggets and Clippers.
The Clippers
Oh yeah, especially when James Harden is on.
and Kawhi.
Hey, did you realize that James Harden learned how to play defense this year?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
crazy. A healthy Kawhi, James Harden, back to his All Star level, he may make an All NBA team. Not to mention Zubac playing like Embiid or somebody down in that paint.
Hey
We
man,
ain't even
look,
mentioned Norman Powell yet.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I am right now. It's funny, Kawhi was out all fucking season with this injury, that injury, but he coming to the playoffs, no ailments at all,
None.
none. The claw
Man,
was back.
look like he got a Raptors jersey on.
Hey, it looked like Kawhi from the Spurs.
That's the most dangerous team right now.
Yeah,
Jokic doing everything he can, but Michael Porter Jr. got that shoulder problem. Aaron Gordon got that calf strain. Jamal Murray just came back. Uh, just fired your coach. They got the ugliest coach in the NBA. He ugly, man. But
I ain't even seen his face.
don't. But this is another one to watch. Jokic don't play about this loot. What I said about Giannis, firing coaches and losing in the first and second round. Jokic has got a taste of that championship, and he seems like he don't care. But you're seeing him be more and more frustrated, more and more vocal, more and more upset if you watch these games and you see the flow of them. So that's just something to be mindful of in the
So,
offseason.
so here's my question with Joe. All right, you already know that he'd rather not be playing basketball. I guess he's there for the paycheck, but he really don't need the money now.
Mm-mm.
If they lose this year, which they probably are, does he just go ahead and retire and sell off into the sunset, or
No,
does he ask
the
for a
thing
trade?
about it, they said something about it the other day, and they was asking his teammates, and they said he lived to play basketball. He just don't act like it. He doesn't act how we want him to act. So that makes people think he don't care about basketball. But they say he watches it day and night, always practicing. He does not look like he's in shape, but he runs up and down that court all day, every day. You got to be in shape to average a triple double in the NBA.
Yeah,
And I just think he doesn't give it the whatever it is that we want him to give it. He's just kind of nonchalant. He plays with no emotion.
he could easily be the face of the NBA, but I mean, just like Ant, he doesn't want to be.
He don't want to be, man. He just be chilling.
Yeah. Well, NBA playoffs are up and running. They're good. If you get a chance to catch a game, watch it. You know, we got very, very, very little basketball left, but the playoffs are starting to look good all the way around, in my opinion, except for that OKC Memphis series. That's over, done.
Cleveland
Um,
too.
now, what's going on today? What's on TV right now is the fourth through the seventh round of the NFL draft. So that means we've had 3 rounds already.
Hmm.
Let's talk about a few winners and losers, and we'll get to a certain point where it might get ugly. So let's
Nah, he
start with
got drafted today, so I ain't gonna be as mad as I'm gonna be.
hold on, hold that thought because I don't know nothing even about what you just said, but because we've been on the show, it obviously happened while we were on the show.
Hmm.
So I'm not even gonna look at the TV because I'm gonna let you break the news to me.
Okay.
I ain't even gonna look at my phone because I know it's sitting there on my phone somewhere. But let's talk about some winners and losers. Chicago Bears winners.
I like what they did. I really like Luther Burden. I love that
Yes,
pick. I
yes,
really love that pick, especially losing Keenan Allen. DJ Moore know he needs some help.
he does.
I really like that pick. Ben Johnson is going. If Ben Johnson don't do nothing else, he gonna set it up to where Caleb Williams can't succeed.
Yes. Um, I do this. I, I'm glad they took a tight end,
Hmm.
but I don't agree with their choice over Tyler Warren.
I don't either.
They won by taking the tight end, but I'll tell you, Tyler Warren, he's
Dog,
a beast.
dog. Yeah,
I,
he gave
he
me
gon-
George Kittle vibes.
he gonna make Indianapolis forget about Dallas Clark.
Yeah.
See, you already forgot about Dallas Clark. See,
No, when you said when you said Indianapolis, I'm thinking the same thing that I'm thinking about with Ben Johnson. Anthony Richardson, you got another weapon. They want you to succeed.
yes,
You gonna have to put the work in because it's on you now.
yep.
And you know
I'm
if it don't work this year, you know what's finna happen next year.
we'll have to put together a show. Um, next week's show. Actually, I'll be out of town next week, but we need to put together a show where we talk about the draft and the free agency moves they made and who really helped themselves out. Because
Hmm.
right now, Chicago is building this team around Caleb Williams. They're gonna give that boy an opportunity to succeed.
Yeah,
I really like it. Cleveland Browns have helped themselves.
they did.
Um, I didn't understand the pick of Dylan Gabriel over over Shador Sanders. I didn't understand that.
Well, no one does.
And we gonna get to that. I promise we're gonna get to that. But they
Well, we
added some
kind
pieces.
of can't now.
We're gonna get to it.
We can't.
We're gonna get to it.
I'm telling you, we can't.
Okay. So they added pieces on defense. They added Carson Schweisinger. They added Quishon Judkins at running back, who runs a lot like Nick Chubb.
Hmm.
Hard. And then they added Dylan Sampson earlier today at running back. They are putting some good pieces together to get better. Um, Seattle.
You ain't
They
let
took
me
the
say nothing about Cleveland.
Oh, I didn't say something about Cleveland then, brother.
Cleveland just drafted Shador,
What? Hold the
which
fuck up.
which pisses me off. Which is what I was trying to tell you last night.
Oh,
They moved up and just drafted Shador. So why not draft him last night? That's what I'm be speechless because this is what I was telling you last night on the phone.
so here's my thing. Okay, God damn, man. So I was disappointed when okay, so damn it. We were gonna talk about Shadur Sanders later in this and we were gonna talk about him in the losers part because of his slide.
Hmm.
Um I understand some of the slide. Cool. I didn't understand all the slide. Maybe he's not the top quarterback you wanted. Cam Ward moved up. I know at the beginning of at the end of last season, it was said that Shadur would probably be the first quarterback off the board, probably number one pick. I understand things went on during the season. You got more tape, you got interviews, you got workouts, you had things that you didn't like about him. He started to slide. It's gonna happen. It happened to Dan
Hmm.
Marino. It happened to Aaron Rodgers. It's happened to Lamar Jackson. It's happened to several people where they start to slide. Cool. We understand that. Cam Ward Titans. Love it. My team, we got us a quarterback. We're moving on. Slide on down. Next quarterback off the board, Jackson Dart. Okay. I can understand that. I said a few weeks ago, watch Jackson Dart start move up people's draft boards. It happened. He went to the Giants. Right? They no longer need a quarterback. All right. You had Cleveland needing a quarterback. You still had the Raiders needing a quarterback. You had
Thanks.
Jaguars that could have used the backup quarterback. You had the Saints need a quarterback. We get to the Saints. Tyler Shook over Sanders? Really? You taking Tyler Shook over Sanders?
That's
A
what I was trying to
motherfucker,
tell you.
a motherfucker that's been in college for damn near 7 years. He backed up people that have had 2 or 3 years in the NFL already. I didn't understand that. I mean, you wanted your quarterback. Maybe he's better fit for you. But
Had major injuries too.
Tyler Shook, you probably could have took Tyler Shook at the same place that Cleveland just took fucking Shador Sanders, whatever place that was. Oh,
144.
and then the one that I can understand, even Seattle taking Jalen Milroy. Cool, fine. But you took Dylan Gabriel in Cleveland before you took Shador Sanders. So part of what I thought was a slide was once it got a little bit later and you started filling out needs that you needed before you filled out your quarterback spot, you have a situation where you don't want your backup quarterback having more cameras and more attention on him than your starting quarterback, which would have happened in a lot of situations. But you still got Pittsburgh that does not have a starter. Um, I can,
Pittsburgh ain't even allowed to say that. But go ahead.
yeah, I can kind of understand you didn't want him to overshadow Geno Smith because you just traded for Geno Smith. Okay, fine. Um, Derek Carr is out in New Orleans for we don't know how long. So
Hmm.
you literally did not have a starter, and you took Tyler Shook.
Who's had major injuries.
Man, he probably got injured while we were doing this interview.
It's just
I'm
like
for
I
sure.
said, man. At the end of the day, if you're a confident black man, you are the equivalent to a terrorist in this country.
So
Period. You can say if you want to say he had bad interviews, if you want to say he was cocky, if you want to say he was arrogant, if you want to say whatever you want to say about his dad, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I don't. We already had this discussion. My thing is when Eli Manning was supposed to go number one, and his dad called Ryan Leaf's dad and asked him how he treated the Chargers, or Eli Manning came out and said that he don't want to play for the Chargers, he want to go to the Giants. No one said that. Archie Manning was his great dad that was just looking out for his father, looking out for his son. Peyton Manning came out brash, arrogant, never beat Florida. You didn't do a goddamn thing in Tennessee. You won some games, but you didn't win no championships. T. Martin done that. And it's amazing that people to this day still think Peyton Manning won them that championship. It was
yes,
T. Martin.
exactly.
We ain't even gonna go there.
So
John Elway in 1983, for those of y'all that don't know, that was the year I was born. I'm aging myself. That is considered the greatest year for NFL quarterbacks ever. John Elway, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, I believe, Ken O'Brien, they all went in the first round. John Elway did not want to play for the Colts so bad that he said if they drafted him, he was going to go play professional baseball for the Yankees. They was literally trying to negotiate trades with the Cowboys for Danny White. They was trying to negotiate trades for all these great players just so they could get John Elway. Nobody batted an eye. So you come today, this dude went to two schools, Jackson State, took him to a HBCU championship game, did not win that game. Took a one-win Colorado team to the Fiesta Bowl, and if they would have finished business and played better down the stretch, they could have went to the Big 12 championship game. And for one second, they was in the playoff picture. You telling me that Dylan Gabriel and Tyler Shuck, I didn't even know who Tyler Shuck was until they started talking about him like a month ago.
I knew who he was, but at the same time, I didn't see him going that high.
No, I need people, and maybe I'm taking this out of the realm of football. I need people to stop walking around and trying to soften the blow about what it is and what it ain't. Just let it be what it is. He's a young black quarterback, and because he's brash and he has the swag and he has the confidence, you don't like how he put it on display. And I am perfectly okay with you saying that. It's just like you are what you are. And another thing, and I'm gonna let you have it. One thing they need to change about the draft, the scouting combine, and the pro days and all that, get rid of these anonymous sources. Interview them on national television. Get rid of these anonymous sources that can hide behind whatever it is that they trying to hide behind, because it could be anything. They could have been down in him because they wanted to draft him. They could have been doing this because they didn't want teams to draft him. So this anonymous source still gets to keep whatever credibility they got. But you just ruined this kid from possibly being the third pick in the first round of the NBA draft.
So I mean, I knew that this Shadur Sanders thing was going to be a big part of our show. for the simple fact we had him listed in the notes when we start talking about losers in this year's NFL draft. We had him number one on the board because of his slide.
Hmm.
And like I said earlier, I
We ain't think he was
understand.
gonna go this low.
I understand some of the slide.
I do.
I don't understand all of the slide. Now, there's a lot of variables here, and like I told you, I try to see things from both sides of the fence. So, your argument with me yesterday is he's confident in Black. Cool. I like confidence in the quarterback. You're supposed to have confidence in the quarterback. But I will also say that his confidence is probably coming off as arrogance to a lot of these GMs and front offices.
Yeah, most
Which,
definitely.
if that's it, say it. Now, if I was a GM and I wasn't drafting him, I'd be honest. I tell you, I don't like his arm strength. I don't. Um, I don't like everything that. I'm not saying that I don't like everything that comes with it, but a lot of these GMs are probably feeling like they don't like everything that comes with it. Say that. Be
Say
honest.
it. Say it. Me and you, when we was talking yesterday, he's not the best quarterback in this. He's not better than Cam Ward.
He's
For
not.
for me personally, if I was to knock him, he holds the ball too long. He takes unnecessary sacks. And instead of being second and I think somebody said this the other day, instead of being second and 14, he may make it second and 25. It's okay to throw the ball away.
And
It's go ahead.
uh, part of some people's argument this past year was they felt that Colorado was telling him take sacks instead of throwing away because they wanted his completion percentage to be high.
Completion percent. Okay, and I understand that. Whatever it is that you want to say, I can understand it. But just like you just said, Black confidence always comes off as arrogant.
It
White
does.
confidence just comes off as confident.
And don't get me wrong, Cam Ward, he's Black in confidence, but I don't think that he is in the arrogant sense, but he is a very confident and Black quarterback. Now, like I said, if you look at them side by side, some of these GMs are probably taking Cam Ward. Yeah, that's confidence. Shador Sanders, nah, that's arrogance.
And I
But
and as you seen on the draft camp, the way Cam Ward was dressed, he didn't have all the chains and the watches and the flashy suits. He didn't. Perfectly understand that. I get that. But I've also seen this may be a bad comparison. I seen Shador Sanders' dad come to the draft. He had like 20 chains on. He was at
hey,
home.
he was that dude too. He was
He
that
was
dude.
that dude.
Yeah,
He was that dude. So if you know you that dude and you can go prove it, go do it. But if you Pittsburgh and your ass done had George Pickens and Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger, eh, he should be an angel. You should have drafted him at number 21, especially compared to Aaron Rodgers, who you know gonna bring trouble. He already bringing trouble to the locker room. He
yeah.
ain't even got there yet.
Well, your quarterback situation ain't settled because he holding y'all hostage.
If I'm Pittsburgh, you just signed DK Metcalf to a $30 million a year deal. You got George Pickens. You don't have no quarterback. You know how DK Metcalf and George Pickens gonna act if Mason Rudolph don't get them that ball. You think it was bad when Miles Garrett hit him in the head with that helmet? Man, they may kill Mason Rudolph on that
So
field.
so George Pickens going to the Cleveland Browns for Deshaun Watson.
I,
I'm
I,
just bullshitting. I'm just bullshitting. But
no,
George
no,
Pickens might be Pickens
I was
might be on the
I
way
thought you
out.
was giving me a hypothetical. He may be.
Yeah.
He's got some Antonio Brown characteristics to him, and they may not want to put up with it.
Well, you got the crash out bros as they call them now. You got two physical receivers that they'll beat somebody up if they have to.
And you better get him the ball.
So and they're very similar in play type. So I don't know what it is. Whatever it
And
is with
another
George
thing,
Pickens, be honest.
why the hell you ain't got a running back? You traded Najee Harris away. You gonna
They
go with
draft
Jalen Warren?
they drafted Caleb Johnson from Iowa. He a dog. I
He
don't
is
know
a
that he,
dog.
I don't know that he gonna be. I don't know if he gonna be the dog his first year, but he is a dog. Jalen Warren, he was at times about to take Najee Harris' spot last year. Um, we'll see how it goes, but they did address the running back situation. I couldn't understand them not addressing the quarterback situation at all.
I don't want Aaron Rodgers to go to Pittsburgh. I wish he would just retire, take his ass home.
I agree. But I think some people might be willing to let a couple of their backups go. You know what? As a matter of fact, let's trade Will Levis and a couple of picks to Pittsburgh for George Pickens.
For what?
I mean, we need another receiver
I'm
in
gonna
Tennessee.
say this, man. This is another thing with you hate to keep bringing race into it. I really do. Why is Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers so heralded in the NFL when his quarterbacks out here is better than them? You talking about two past their prime, just came off torn Achilles, older quarterbacks who can't lead you. Kirk Cousins can't even lead you to the divisional. He can't get you past the wild card. Aaron Rodgers, as great as he is, he's only had one Super Bowl, and they had a good defense that helped him. He's always, as far as you've known Aaron Rodgers, he's choked in the more playoff games than he's won.
Yeah.
I just don't, I don't get it. Like I really don't get it. If you the Giants, like I was telling you yesterday, you pass on Shador because you want Jackson Dart because he reminds you of Josh Allen. If he fails, he gonna get traded and you gonna get fired. You just had your comparison to Josh Allen and Daniel Jones. It didn't work out. Go get you something. I think what it is, man, a lot of these players and owners and GMs, they don't understand how to deal with black quarterbacks and what it comes with. If you look at Baltimore, they let Lamar be Lamar. They don't try to change Lamar. Lamar probably the only quarterback in the NFL. He go out there, he got diamonds in his mouth.
And we discussed this Lamar Jackson. Well, I'll say the Baltimore quarterback room situation before.
Yeah.
Baltimore had Lamar Jackson. Cool. How do you deal with it? If he gets hurt, let's have somebody that plays similar as his backup. They had Snoop Huntley. Cool. They had another black quarterback in there. I don't remember exactly who it was right then, but they went out and hired a quarterback coach that was relatable, T. Martin.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
did
And he's
Baltimore
rewarded you with 3 MVPs.
Baltimore figured it out.
They figured it out. Philadelphia. We always have black quarterbacks. They know. I think it may have been you or one of my other friends I was telling this to. They know Jalen Hurts is not going to Patrick Mahomes you to a Super Bowl victory. He's not going to throw for 350 every game and 3 or 4 touchdowns. And he's not doing that. He's probably I know sometimes this is a bad thing to say, but he is probably one of the best game managers in the game. He makes the plays when he has to make the plays, and they have surrounded him with a team where he can excel and they can get the most out of Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
It's just that simple. Nobody's going to say Jalen Hurts is one of the top 5 throwing the football in the league. I'm not
No.
going to sit here and tell you that. But on 3rd and 5, Jalen Hurts is going to get that 5.
He has a team that's built for him.
He got a team that's built for him.
And
And look what he got.
if you know your offensive system is a pocket quarterback system, don't go out and draft this damn mobile quarterback thinking you're gonna make him stay in the pocket.
Not happening.
Nope.
It's not happening. I brought up Jalen Hurts because that was, I know we running long, but that was one of my winners in the draft. How we doing Howie stuff, man.
Hey man, I'm telling you, that safety y'all got,
He'll
he a
hit her.
dog. He a
He'll
dog.
hit her.
And y'all address the defensive line some more. Yeah. And you know me, I'm not an Eagles fan, and I would talk shit to you all day long to your face about your Eagles. But I do like what they're doing as a team.
And we got the most draft picks next season.
Oh man, they just retooling. Uh, they letting those marginal stars that may want the big contract go ahead
Hmm.
and walk because they're drafting their replacements.
Yep. That's what he do every year.
And y'all got about 8 Georgia players and about 8 Alabama players on that damn team.
Our whole damn team is pretty much SEC.
Yep, y'all got the Georgia Crimson Tide.
I love
Y'all
it.
something else. Uh, Abraham said he hate. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Ewers could go to Pittsburgh. Quinn
I
Ewers
mean, he could, but you should have drafted. Hmm.
should have.
I'll
Um,
tell you what I would have been cool with. Let's say you Pittsburgh and you drafted Shador at 21. I would have traded Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence for Shador, and maybe something that I don't know what else. But you need a proven quarter. You're going to have a proven quarterback to get George Pickens and whoever the ball. Now, Abe may not like that, but if I'm Jacksonville, I would have made put Shador and Travis Hunter together again.
so while we were on this, and with Jacksonville having so many picks in third round, I thought that that's what they were going to do, but they ended up not doing it. And the further he slid, the more this came across my mind. People are not going to bring him in knowing the quarterback situation next year because
Hmm.
here's the list of quarterbacks that are draft eligible next year: Arch Manning, Drew Lar, Lenore Sellers, Garrett Nussmeyer, Kay Klubnik, Sam Levitt, which I like him, John Mateer, Carson Beck, Dante Moore, Malachi Nelson. Now, there's one more quarterback that is draft eligible next year, and I want you to watch and see if it's a similar situation as Shador Sanders, Nico Iamaleava. He's draft eligible. A lot of people say he's a first round quarterback. I want to see if he slides because of everything that's going on with him right now with his NIL stuff.
He probably will. And then too, he didn't finish the season good for y'all. So he gonna have to go to UCLA and ball out. Because if not, he can be DJ Uwe Angalale 2.0.
Hey, as a matter of fact, DJ and Cam Ward were in the same high school class.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
DJ was in the same. I told you this. He was rated higher than Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud coming out of high school.
Yeah, crazy. Um, I really do want to see if the slide is going to happen with him with everything else. And I sent you that video earlier of um of that one analyst saying that with everything in college football with the NIL era, that people are using Shador to prove a point.
Hmm.
So that could be possible also. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios about it. I mean, you got that, you got the possible collusion of GMs wanting him to slide just to prove a point. So I mean, we won't know unless they grab the balls and actually say it,
Oh,
but they're not gonna say it. You say, Paul, grab the balls. Oh yeah, I meant have the balls. Say it, not grab the balls. Golly, that was suspect as hell.
Shador, go do your work, man. Prove them wrong.
Prove them
Make
wrong.
make them have to play you.
Make them have to trade Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
But Deshaun got that contract that might not be tradable. So
Who would want him?
I mean, I don't want the PR nightmare. He's not the same
Yeah.
quarter. He's not the same quarterback you thought you were getting when you traded for him.
Mm-mm.
And you overspent. You signed him to a contract that was damn near untradeable. I mean, you could probably trade the contract now because whoever would take him in a trade is not on the hook for all the bonus money now. So I mean, Pittsburgh, you up?
You up? Better go get Will Howard or Quinn Ewers.
Hey man, we just had a good ass show and we didn't even get to finish. But yeah, Shador was supposed to be the biggest loser.
Pittsburgh.
Um, yeah. Well, the Saints come in second with that Tyler Shook shit. Pittsburgh, they still there with that no quarterback having ass.
Mm-hmm.
They got Mason Rudolph back. He couldn't start over Will Levis. So what make you think that he can come back to Pittsburgh and start? Then you got Skylar Thompson who was in Miami. He's the career backup. Um, you got to address that quarterback situation there. Um, Kansas City, what have they done in the draft?
Nothing really. I mean, I guess they trying to. They drafted the offensive lineman, didn't
I think so. Yes.
they? Yeah.
And then at the time of the show notes this morning, I had Buffalo Bills as one of the losers because they didn't address their receiver core. They went ahead and picked the DB. But I agree that they do need a DB, but they didn't address receiver when they should have. But they
Mm-hmm.
came back today and they added some more pieces to that defensive line and they added a few good pieces at that.
We'll see how it goes.
We will. It ought to be pretty good.
Oh, I want to shout out a player too, man. One of my high school classmates, two of them actually. Jordan James from Oregon. He got drafted to the San Francisco 49ers today from Oregon.
Ooh, they got another local product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually ought to be a pretty good fit there. He's
Yep.
not he's not I wouldn't say that he is that Jordan the same type of back as Jordan Mason. He's a little different, but he will complement Christian McCaffrey.
I know they are proud parents right now.
So let me look through here. Yep, there it goes right there. Fifth round. Golly, Shador Sanders. Jordan James came after him. Cowboys addressed the running back situation with Jadon Blue from Texas. Miami got Jason Marshall from Florida. That's a good one. DJ Giddens went to the Colts. Who else? Okay, that's uh that's it for the fifth round. I pretty much missed the fourth round messing with you. You know, Titans addressed the wide receiver position. I don't know a lot about that DK guy, uh Shamir DK. He ran the third fastest 40, but what else can he do? Uh Cam Scatterboo went to the Giants.
I like
Think
that.
I think that was a good pick on them. Um Dante Thornton Jr. He went to the Raiders. They addressed their receiver spot, so that's good on them.
I wonder if Tennessee will get Xavier Restrepo since they got Cam Boyd.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because
Uh,
Westbrook Akine is gone.
well, I was expecting them to try to pull. No, Strepo ain't that good. I was expecting them to grab Cal Williams.
But you did get Tyler Lockett, didn't
You got Tyler Lockett.
you? Yeah.
We still need to address the receiver spot, unless for some reason our previous first round wide receiver decides he wants to play this year, which may or may not be possible.
Yeah, good luck.
Trevor Etienne went to the Carolina Panthers. Atlanta Falcons got a good safety in Billy Bowman Jr. Barrett Carter went to the Bengals, linebacker from Clemson. Jack Sawyer went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, defensive end from Ohio State. I think that was a good one for them. Malachi Moore went to the Giants, the safety from Alabama. You know what? I guarantee you, Aaron Glenn saw Brian Branch in him. We'll definitely
Dope.
have more to talk about once this is over. You said no.
I said that's dope.
Oh, dope. You smoking? You smoking dope? Golly.
No, that's dope.
Okay. So yeah, we got another round and a half left of this draft. We'll do a follow up show in the next week or so, discussing what teams need to address further in free agency.
Hmm.
But we do appreciate everybody who tuned in. We had fun today, and got a little. Actually, we didn't even get as heated in our discussion as our conversation yesterday on the phone, which is crazy.
No, I think once you seen Dylan Gabriel get drafted, I think that was enough for both of us.
Hey,
It was over with after that. I was the hell
hey,
with it.
man, fuck your Eagles.
Why?
Fuck your
Well,
Eagles. Why we on now? Why we on this show? They just got another Georgia player,
good.
Smell Mondan Jr.
Congratulations.
Y'all got
We
y'all got three linebackers from fucking Georgia.
It's good. And now we need to go. We need to go on and get Kirby Smart to come be our defensive coordinator. Well, now Vic Fangio doing this thing.
He is, he is. Hey man, y'all just keep reloading. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it.
Jahad Campbell is a killer too, man.
I guess you'll be buying Madden this year.
No, because we won the Super Bowl, man. It wouldn't be fair for me to play with Philadelphia. I don't like playing with the best team on the game.
Yeah, I like to rebuild teams.
Yeah, yeah, it's too. I don't want to do that.
And this past year's Madden was kind of slaughtered me.
That's why I didn't buy it. I bought college football.
I bought Madden because they put it on sale, and I played it a couple of times, and I was like, you know what? Here we go back to college football. And even with
Yeah.
college football, it felt like we were playing a beta for them to just figure out what they need to do for this year to make this year
Hmm.
better. And I've seen a lot of things that they are implementing that'll be good. We'll have real coaches this year. Um, they changed up some of the graphics. I just hope they just improve the game. The game was good, don't get me wrong, but it had some glitchy shit in it.
Yeah, July 10th, I believe.
Hey man, what you doing right now?
A show.
Are you hungry? I'm hungry.
Yes, I'm about to go eat.
What? Oh, I forgot. I saw your wife bring you food that you said you wait till after the show to eat, didn't you?
Yeah.
Uh,
You trying to get me to go to Paulsville,
no, you can say it. You just have to say the restaurant before you say the name of it.
Meatville?
No, you have to say the restaurant named Meatville. You can't just say let's go to Meatville. Pause, damn it. No, God, hey, woo. For anybody who is local to Nashville, there's a new restaurant on Bell Road and Murfreesboro Road in that plaza that I've really been wanting to try. But you have to be careful how you say the name, who you say it to, and what context you say it in. But the restaurant's name is Meatville, where they have a lot of smoked meats, and the food really looks good. That I've been trying to get friends to go with me. If anybody wants to take me and pay, I'll gladly be your guest. Pause.
Mm. I tell you what, we can go later tonight.
uh, we'll see if I ain't on Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely about to do that.
All right. But yeah, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We're sorry we were late. We're sorry if we went over a little more than you wanted us to talk about or time frame, but we appreciate everybody tuning in. And we will continue to try to bring you good content, real content, nothing watered down. And if we don't like something about you, like they should have said about Shadur Sanders, we're gonna tell you. Oh, one more thing. Whoever did the prank call to Shadur Sanders, fuck you.
Yeah,
That was petty. Leave these kids alone. You
yeah,
ain't
we
gotta
can
like him,
bring it up.
but
Yeah.
don't pull up no bullshit like that, prank calling a man who's about who's trying to realize his dream of playing in the NFL and sit there and pretend to be a GM of a team, calling him to tell him he's drafted, and then just tell him you're gonna have to wait a little longer. That was bullshit on your part, and your karma is gonna come and get you.
Low class, low class.
Very low class, and I bet they wasn't.
Oh, probably not.
Mm. And they wonder why we keep bringing shit up like that.
Low class. Karma always gonna get you.
It is, but appreciate you.